All right. Are we ready?
Ready.
Great. I'm joined now by a very special guest and controversial figure, Attorney General Barr. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Roseanne, I want to jump right in and start with perhaps the most obvious topic. Justin Bieber recently put out a new album, and you have gone on record to state you don't find it as strong as his old stuff. Do you stand by that?
This could be, at the very least, gross incompetence.
Speaking of gross and incontinent, Donald Trump has been tweeting like a motherfucker, and you have come under intense scrutiny by those who believe you have allowed him to influence your decision to have federal prosecutors revise their sentencing recommendation for his friend Roger Stone.
I wouldn't say that, but as I say, I think it's in everyone's interest to allow the Department of Justice to do its work.
Some people think he needs a big boy timeout, and perhaps to have his Twitter account suspended until he can behave himself. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't think we need to do anything that radical. I think we can deal with it without throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
Speaking of throwing out babies, the impeachment trial of Donald Trump has ended with an acquittal, and it seems only to have emboldened Donald. I mean, he's now doing whatever he wants. Interfering in criminal cases, firing key witnesses, farting constantly in the Oval Office and blaming it on Melania.
Well, I don't want to say anything that would suggest that I agree or have concluded that...
Lord, this bitch done lost his mind, think it's worse than ever. Out of his mind, out of his mind. Presidents are supposed to be impartial, fair, and measured. And also kind, they should be kind. But Trump, he presidents like nobody else. Nobody else, nobody else. Donald Trump, he only plays by rules he wrote himself. He tells himself. One, ignore the law, pretend the Constitution isn't there anymore. Two, stick up for thugs no matter what they're guilty of. Three, pick up the phone and pressure foreign governments to win your elections. Till Republicans let you do it all again. There are no rules for Donald. There are no rules for Donald. He can do anything at all. There are no rules for Donald. He's got his party by the balls. Thought that this impeachment might actually fix him.
I believe that the president has learned.
Good luck with that. Clinton learned his lesson and it wiped out Richard Nixon. Just go ask Pat, just go ask Pat. But Trump, he's got no morals, so he tells himself, what the hell? Do what you wanna do. One, attack veterans and decorate your homophobic chauvinist friends. Two, start World War III, then blame it all on Hillary. Three, deny that you wear makeup and then wear a lot of makeup if you want to. And when it's on your skin, girl, don't even blend it in. There are no rules for Donald.
More than 1,000 former Justice Department officials are calling on Attorney General William Barr this morning to resign. They accuse him of doing President Trump's personal bidding.
He learned his lesson, I guess it was do as you please. There are no rules for Donald. There are no rules for Donald. He's driving drunk and these monkeys just hand him the keys.
I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any votes.
One, make up the facts or spin them so you don't look like a crook and a hack. Two, go march for life and then put on a condom when you cheat on your wife. Three, set your cronies free and use the DOJ like it's your private attorney. And since they don't give a shit, you can get away with it. There are no rules for Donald.
President Trump interfered in the case of Roger Stone.
There are no rules for Donald.
President Trump has begun his revenge.
He can do anything at all. There are no rules for Donald.
I believe that the president has learned.
He's got his party by the balls.
Did nothing wrong.
Oh, you're a lunatic.